What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Rogues Rising Update Show. I am Brad, a game designer here at Hi-Rez Studios on Rogue Company, joined today by Jared.
Hi, I'm Jared Sanchez. I'm the design producer at Rogue Company.
All right, well, we've got a lot of exciting stuff, and we're going to be kicking this off with some Project Saint. So the first thing on our Project Saint is going to be dynamic match music. Now, what dynamic match music is we're essentially updating all of our default music across the game to get a better player experience. Sounds like it might be a little task, but it's a big thing. Hopefully you all love it, like it, let us know. And then from there, we've got a dynamic scoreboard. Jared, why don't you tell us a little bit about the dynamic scoreboard and what that's going to be bringing to the table?
Yeah, so it's an initiative in which we wanted the scoreboard to, well, for one, function a little better. So we tackled it with a bit of an overhaul in the back end, and rearranged and set up the stats for our game modes. So as you can see here, for demolition, we show limbs, downs, assists, revives, damage, but now we also show objective play, in this case, planting and defusing bombs. All of our scorecards will sort by eliminations. So as you can see here, I'm at the top of the chart with 20 limbs in this matchup. And we have another example with strikeout. As you can see here, similar lineup with the exception of at the end there we have point captures, which, the tug of war of strikeout is pretty important of holding that point. So we want to be able to track and show players that are actively participating in the game mode.
Yeah, and a couple of things that are familiar, Jared, are the limbs, downs, assists, and revives. Damage is brand new, though, right? We've never had that on the scoreboard before. And then you'll also see the objective thing. So you can totally see how much you're contributing to a match, whether you're putting in shots to people, but maybe not getting the downs or anything like that. And if you're an objective player, guess what? You know how much objectives you're doing. It's so exciting.
Yes, this further extends to King of the Hill for hill time, extraction for the times you interact with the cube, as we call it, and for dodgeball, we actually have another variable in there called saves, which increments by one every time you eliminate somebody to bring back a buddy. So very
it's so cool, man.
And very cool stats to track.
So then that leads us to another feature. Yes, tell us, Jared. I'm so excited. What is it?
I'm so excited. We're talking over each other. All these stats will feed into a new quality of life improvement of being able to celebrate and showcase our players with the MVP lineup. So what this is we have at the end of the match here. So as this concludes, we will transition into the MVP scene that will grab the top performers of the match. So here we have Dima, as we just saw, he was completely dominating in that match, and followed up by two enemy players. So this is not team specific. This is the top 3 players in the match. We show score here, but in the final version, we'll actually be showing the true metrics that denote why these guys are so good at the game and dominated the match, like damage, like revives, downs, even objective variables. Everything in the scorecard contributes towards you being determined as the MVP.
And so anybody can be MVP, no matter what team you're on. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct. Like I said, as you can see here, denoted by blue and red, you've got the main guy, Brad, here, front and center on his team, and then 2 other players from the enemy team being shown here because they were top performers as well. I think that's it for MVP lineup in our Project Saint initiatives. We will continue to work on Project Saint initiatives going forward to further improve our game and give you guys the best experience. For now, let's hop over and see our store content.
All right, so the first piece we have here is going to be test subject Umbra. He's got a little different. He's got some robotic, messed up things going on him. And then we've got a Twisted Thorn Switchblade. Fancy little dress there.
Very high fashion. Very debutante.
And then we've got Digital Matrix Glitch. Got some cool stuff going on in his hood and his shoulder pads.
Animating materials right there. And this is my favorite. Macho Man Demo. He's so strong, so powerful.
Oh,
that's
man,
not
the
tape,
blow
don't
up
worry
suit.
about it. Yeah. The Umbra skin actually harkens back to a bit of lore for him of him getting damaged and being fixed and repaired and brought up to speed. And this.
So which one's your favorite? Which one out of these four is your favorite?
I called it out already. It was Macho Dima. I gotta go with him. He's so buff. He's so beefy. Team meat all the way. Dima in this skin, followed by Anvil, Mac, and Cannon is just the meat fest.
Yeah. I think the Dima one is really good. I'm gonna go with the Switchblade one because I think that the outfit is so different than all of her other ones. So I think it's a good change in pace for her. It's a little bit more elegant and not as much like punk rock, fire slamming in your face. So I'm gonna go with the Switchblade one. We also have a Rambo accessory bundle as well. So those are the things that you will see that are gonna be new coming to the shop. And now one thing that we've heard from the community is that everybody wanted to hear more and see more about characters before they come out, learn more about the lore and the narrative side of Rogue Company. So without further ado, let's see what we got coming next.
Ooh, I wonder if that uses a dish or a dome piston. Seems like we both appreciate hardware. There's more than meets the eye with you, isn't there? Query. Is it contradictory that I've quote-unquote gone rogue to make friends? More data needed.
All right, so what we're seeing there... Yeah. So it's a new character, all right? Juke, and Juke's Gambit event is what we're going to talk about right now. Juke is not in this patch. I want to preface that as strong as I can. Not in this update. Will be in a future one. We are giving you a sneak peek look into who Juke is and a little bit more about her lore. And Jared, I'm going to kick it over to you. Tell us what we're seeing on the screen. Tell us what this event is going to be about.
Yeah.
And roll it.
As the community have always clamored for, they want story, they want lore, they want to understand and know, the setting of Rogue Company and its denizens that reside within it. In this case, this time around, we are starting with a nice little introduction and teaser for a future character named Juke. And then this event is called Juke's Gambit, which kind of delves a little bit, figures out who this gal is and what her connections are to Rogue Company. And also hints at, and maybe it had something to do with the previous release of a particular map named Meltdown. And the 4 items you see here, essentially the format is you will have currently 4 objectives to work towards that get unlocked on a time block basis. And each objective you accomplish not only gives you one of these 4 awesome cosmetic rewards that play a little bit into the narrative and kind of hints into some relationships to the characters, but also you get a nice exposition of the lore, in this case of Juke and her place in Rogue Company. So that's it for Juke's Gambit. Let's talk more about the game itself.
All right, well, that narrative event is awesome, and that's going to take us into balance. Typically, we'll go through a bunch of balance right here. Unfortunately, right now, I don't have the nitty-gritty details for you. What we're doing is we're taking all the feedback from the 2.3 patch that just went live this past week, gathering all that information from the community so that we can make the appropriate updates in this patch for you. So make sure to tune into the website, play on PTS, do all those things for us, give us all the feedback, and then when this patch comes out, you'll see all the balance that we do. One other note before we jump into the last part of this update show is make sure to go to roguecompany.com and find out how to sign up for PTS. It is PC only. You can play on Epic or Steam. And we also have mobile signups on there as well. So make sure to go there and get all that information. The last part of this show is going to be the very, very first Jackal skirmish map, Vertigo.
Rogues, get ready for high altitude and even higher stakes. Welcome to Vertigo. Located in a remote region of Northwest Asia, this experimental Jackal facility has the ability to take down anything in a 100-mile radius. We think this is protecting something bigger. It's time to bring Vertigo down. Your mission is to cease this facility's operation. Outfitted with a drone launching bay, tactical command center, and what they're calling a capacitor pulse array, this compound is a ticking time bomb. Is this all Jackal has up their sleeves? Or are they hiding something far more sinister? Get ready to dive into Vertigo with the Year 2, Season 2 Rogues Rising update in Rogue Company.
Jared, walk us around Vertigo.
Yeah, absolutely. So Vertigo is a brand new skirmish map, so it's going to cater to all of our wingman and skirmish-based game modes. A little bit of a lore blurb. This map is located in the remote region in Northwest Asia. This outpost was traced by Rogue Company following assault on Meltdown, if you guys remember that awesome 4v4 map that we rolled out previously. This outpost is outfitted with a heavy artillery platform called the Capacitor Pulse Array. That's the big gun front and center on this here map. You might hear it go off a couple of times. Don't mind that boom. That's not to you. That's just some nice ambiance. But Rogue Company believes this outpost could pose a threat to the rest of the world, and they've mobilized their rogues, you guys, to take the facility down and understand its true purpose. Now, in terms of gameplay, this map is a fast-paced, very dynamic map with these overlapping zip lines and high-risk jumps that you can make to traverse the lanes. Lots of lanes of fire that support long and close range spaces, so there's definitely some crossfire here and there. Oh, hey, look, he did it. He made the switch. I love doing that maneuver in our internal tests, because you can just change it up.
Yeah,
There's a bit of a
risk.
risk.
That's what happens if you miss it.
Yeah, it's a high risk, high reward kind of situation. Though sometimes when we're feeling a little spicy for the both sides, we take that middle zip straight up to the cannon and have a nice game of chicken, slamming into each other and fighting for that king of the hill. So yeah, he's getting a nice rundown, showing off some of the lovely art that our very talented environment artists put the blood, sweat, and tears into. And that's a side building that you can get into and shoot out through that window. You can see a nice shot of the lane here. Yeah, this gun will go off every so often with a nice resounding boom. And there's some pretty good hot spots fighting around in these spaces, in this drone bay especially, and then in the mirrored location. This is roughly a symmetrical map, so definitely keep that in mind. If you want to actually show the top down, so that players can get a nice look. I know they love looking at the top downs.
Yeah.
So yeah, as you can see here, map's pretty roughly like 90%, 99% symmetrical, not asymmetrical, excuse me. But yeah, this is a very fast-paced and very dynamic map with how the lanes are interwoven and how you can cross with risky jumps or zip line changes, and very good line of sight, lanes of fire, I mean. So this
Yeah,
is,
and
I
the
hope
game
you
modes
guys
that you'll
enjoy this
see
map.
being played on this are your wingman style and skirmish style. So you'll have wingman strikeout, skirmish dodgeball, skirmish TDM, and those are the LTMs that we will be featuring when this patch goes live. So you can play this map as much as possible.
Yeah, I'm a personal big fan of playing dodgeball on this map. It's super fun. Yeah, and as such, in the 2.4, all of our LTMs will be those game modes to let you guys play this until you're sick of it and have fun. Oh, that's nice. What is that? Energy goop that probably fuels the cannon, I imagine. But yeah, you guys can play this throughout 2.4. And another disclaimer is that we have taken a map out of the rotation, not just to improve the chances of you guys actually being able to play this map in our queues, but also Depot, one of our other skirmish maps, is going to need a bit. We've decided to give it a little bit of a facelift. So we're taking it back into the dev workshop, and our incredibly talented environment artists are going to be working on it, making the thing look cooler than it could possibly be. And we're going to roll it out in a near future release, so stand by for that. But yeah, for now, play Vertigo, give feedback, and enjoy.
Well, awesome. That does it for our Rogues Rising update show. Make sure to go to roguecompany.com to find out all of your information on how to play PTS if you are on PC. You could join us on Epic or Steam, and there's also information on there for signing up for our mobile testing. So enjoy all of that and do all the fun things, and we'll see you on the next one.
See you guys.